To show wildcards in action, I will firstly use them for some Linux commands. But firstly we need to create some files for practicing, so we will create 30 text and 30 image files. For creating 30 files I will use for loop. As we didn't cover this topic yet, just type the same as me and we will explain it more deeply in separate section. But basically I am here 30 times looping, and inside each loop I am creating file ending with number between 1 to 30. And the same also for image. Using ls command we can see that we have created 30 text and 30 image files. So now let's make some wildcards. Let's say that we want to list files ending with 1 to 9 .text. So file 1, file 2, file 3 up to file 9 .text. For this we will use range inside square brackets. So type ls file square bracket 1-9 end of square bracket .text. And we can see that it lists file 1, file 2 up to file 9 .text. Now let's make it more difficult and list files ending with 1 to 9 for both text and image extension. We are starting with same ls file square bracket 1-9 and end of square bracket dot. But now we need to say do this for text and image extension, and we are doing it using curly brackets, comma separated term. We can see that it lists file 1, file 2 up to file 9 for both extensions. Great. Let's move on something more difficult. Lists files ending with 5 to 15 .text. You can stop the video and try on your own if you want. We know how we would display file 5 up to file 9 using square brackets. But that's not the solution, because we want to display also file followed by number 1 and then followed by 0 up to 5. Solution here is to use curly brackets. Inside them, for the first part, we specify in square brackets 5 to 9. This will list files ending with 5 to 9 .text. As a second part, inside curly brackets, we will specify wildcards for listing file 10 to file 15. So we need to write 1, and it doesn't need to be inside square brackets. If there is only one number inside square brackets, it means the same as the number without brackets, because square brackets means range, and we shorten the range to only one number. And inside another square brackets, we will specify range 0 to 5, so it will match 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And yes, it works perfectly. We can see file 5 up to file 15. Great! Now we can try one of the most common wildcards usage. We will list all image files. To do that, we type ls asterisk, which represents any number of characters, then we specify dot img as specific extension part. Great, we list all image files. Now I will clear the screen and we can use wildcards for removing files. So remove files ending with 13 up to 21.img. To do that, we will again use curly brackets. On the first part of them, we will specify range 13 up to 19. And on the second part, we specify range 20 to 21. Now we can check if that files were really removed. And yes, they were removed. You see how wildcards are really powerful. But let's make now last example using wildcards. Lists all files which has 3 characters long extension starting with letter T. To do that, type ls asterisk dot t question mark as question mark represents 1 character. And yes, we see all text file displayed. We can now clear the screen and write some script to see usage of wildcards in string comparison.